Reminder, Darren, we are not out of the woods yet.
We're
And
not.
also, too, you get a lot of winds coming in those early fall months as well, in addition to the heat.
So I'm going to show two maps right now that help explain everything you just said. One, why we've gotten off easy so far, and two, why we shouldn't think it's going to stay that way, going all the way, especially into September and October. First map shows you what you already know. We've had temperatures that were well below average going all the way back to January 1st. The map on here is shaded with a key. The deeper the shade of blue, the farther below average you've been. And for this one, we're looking all the way back to January 1st. So part of that story was we've had the quietest fire season since we started the year on January 1st. So this is a big part about that. Yes, the heavy amounts of precip, rain, and snow also help. But the temperatures are what matter now. And I'm going to switch our perspective. Instead of looking at the last, 7 months, we're just going to look at the last 30 days. And everything changes. Now our perspective is very different. Because over the last 30 days, even though we've been blissfully unaware here in the Bay of intense heat overtaking just about the rest of the West, much of California has been experiencing it. And when you look at the shades of red on here, those are places that over the last 30 days have recorded the warmest temperatures on record in those last 30 days for that last 30-day period. It's starting to trend our way a bit, and this becomes a concern for us as we get into August and September for the fine fuels, the grasses, the smaller trees at lower elevations. There's a lot more of them, and now the heat's coming to dry them out. So we're going to stay on guard. We're going to have to stay on guard going through October. We'll probably have an easier fire season in the Sierra where there's still snow. But at the mid elevations across the state, we still need to watch this. And there's more heat coming in the 7-day forecast. So let's use Concord as the example for how this will play out. The next 5 days, we are just like smooth sailing. There's no issues here. 88 would be the average daytime high for Concord. We're going to be below it. But then we get back over here, and by the time we get to Sunday, there's a big spike in heat. I think what we should do, normally I'll spotlight one day here that matters most. I think this one we should spotlight two, just to show you the big difference between the bottom, where we really cool down inland. It's only going to be 81 on Thursday, 88, 89 would be the average, and then 3 days later, you're back up to the century mark. So really, it's kind of like the balancing act between these two, huge difference. So it doesn't mean we got to stay at 100 for long, but at least it's coming back, and it's going to feel hot for those inland valleys. Right now in Concord, it's a great day at 90 degrees. That's warm, but that's pretty much right on the mark for average. You're just a few degrees above average today. You will cool down there over the next few days. It's going to feel better. San Jose, right now, the current temperature here, 76. The average would be 81. We're pretty much coming off right at the time of day where you would hit your daytime highs. So it feels pretty good in San Jose. You're going to see your cool down in a second. Before we get to the daytime highs in the 7-day, the one other thing I want to point out is you're going to notice a lot of high clouds coming over the Bay over the next few days. You've probably seen them already when you look at the high-resolution satellite. Every summer, big complex of thunderstorms in the desert Southwest. Every once in a while, those clouds get blown our way. And that's what you're seeing in the sky. There was no rain in the forecast from that here, but we will have unique looking skies. If you're a cloud watcher and you've been wondering what those were, that's where they're coming from. Tomorrow's daytime highs, there's your cool down. These numbers are cooler than today. And when we look at the 7-day forecast, we'll do San Francisco and Oakland first. Notice the dip for Oakland, upper 60s here, and then you're back to 80 by Sunday. That's warm, but it's not extremely hot. When we look at the North Bay valleys and South Bay valleys, you do go to the mid-90s in the North Bay valleys. San Jose, you're going to flirt with 90 by the time we get to Sunday. It's a hot day, but I don't think we're necessarily talking heat advisories just yet. We'll let the National Weather Service make the call on that. If anything gets issued, we'll certainly let you know as soon as it does. That's the one location that might have it.